Well, we are here at the ferry terminal instead of the Eurotunnel. And you know why? Because Eurotunnel have become extremely greedy. It was £50 for the ticket, and then sometimes I would have to pay £20 or £30 on top for peak time travel. So around £80 or £70 to £80. I used to buy 10 tickets every year and use them because I travel so often. But lately they have cancelled those tickets, so you can't buy a set of 10 and you can only buy individual tickets, and most of them are so expensive, like up to £250. I can't see anything cheaper than 180, and the ferry is £80 or £90. Yes, it takes an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes, but unless you're in a rush, there's no point wasting so much money on Eurotunnel, especially with the fuel prices having gone up. So ferry operators are gonna do better. So all that clean energy, use trains, electricity, blah blah blah. Diesel ships are cheaper than an electric train. Morning.
Hello. Yeah, the official means.
Do you need the booking reference number?
Please, yeah.
I booked a lounge as well. Do you have a section for disabilities to get closer to a lift or something? Oh, instead of going to Calais, I chose the one to Dunkirk, since I'm going to Belgium and then Holland. It's probably better that going that way. Gosh, these people are so slow.
Right, so here's your passport. You're going to be in lane 50, you're going to be next to the lift. This is for the relaxed lounge on board, just pop in that access code.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Once again from Belgium. I'm here in Belgium and Netherlands both, because we're on the border, so you cross a few roads and you're in Netherlands, so we keep going back and forth. And the grass is dead here as well. It's just been one of those few weeks or a month of so much heat. It's unbelievable. We went to the beach a couple of days ago and my god, I was dying. I can't handle the heat anyway, but this was just unbearable. And today it was cloudy and it was drizzling a little bit this morning, so not too bad. Doggy resting. They're all still have my bionic foot, but yeah, I am spending a few days here at my sister's house, and Polo has decided that he likes that sofa. Look at him. Oh, and look at this beautiful dog. He's so well behaved. He doesn't sit on the sofas or anything. He sits down on the ground where he's supposed to be. Everyone's at work. I did a few things this morning, some errands that I had to run, And now I'm back at the house, chilling. I don't know, when I'm in London, I don't chill very much. I'm always on the move doing stuff. Even at home I don't feel relaxed, but here I feel very zen, chilled. Tomorrow I'm going to France to see a friend, and then I'll decide what to do. So I was thinking of going to Sweden or Norway for a few weeks, but then I changed my plans because of this leg and this heat. I don't know if I feel like traveling so much and going to all these places. So I think I'm going to go back to London, wait for this to heal, and then go, because the last few days when I've been walking on it, my foot swells up, and at night I can feel some pain, and I'm worried. I want my foot to properly heal, because I don't want it to be still broken when I'm skiing, because that's the only thing I'm looking forward to now, holiday wise. Yeah, that's it until I start recording again.
So.
Well, hello again. This time, reporting to you from Belgium. I have to say, being British, I love cloudy weather. For the last 2 days, or 3 days, can't even remember, it was all just one big heat wave. I didn't want to leave the house. We went to the beach one day and I was dying. In the south of France, I have no problem. I think the heat is very dry, but here in Holland, Netherlands, the beach was very beautiful and sandy, but oh my god, it was so hot. And yeah, I didn't really feel like making videos. I was sweaty and awful, so I didn't feel like making videos because I was so sweaty and looked awful. But today, I'm in Belgium and it's cloudy and it's 22 degrees and it's heavenly. I am so happy again. I guess we Brits, we like going on a holiday to warm countries for a week with a plan to say we're going to go and roast ourselves and be fried in some scorching hot weather, but then we like to come back to our cloudy, cold country, which I love the weather. Yeah, I love my country anyway. I'm very proud of it, but it's the weather that I think is just amazing. So for the last 3 days, I have been traveling around Netherlands and Belgium. Well, I'm on the border of both countries, so you drive for 2 kilometers and you're in the other country, so I keep going back and forth. Here to see family and some friends. It's really nice. I'm quite happy and relaxed. So as I said in my video from the south of France, that I have made plans to move to Switzerland or somewhere in Europe to be more central geographically, so I can travel around and move around. But I became very complacent because I had a job and it was like, okay, I'll do it next week, or I'll do it next month, or I'm doing this, I'm too busy. So I thought, to put pressure on myself, I need to leave. So I left my job and now I'm unemployed again, which means I have more pressure to find a job or a contract, and hopefully in Switzerland or Luxembourg, one of the central locations. maybe even Germany, if I can find something in either Bavaria or the Black Forest, because those are my two favorite parts of Germany. I guess if push comes to shove, I could live in Frankfurt or something, but nah, I prefer being close to mountains rather than flat land or beaches. So I thought I should give you a little bit of an update, and I will film more of the next few days and report back once I'm back in London and hopefully upload this video. You don't realize how good we have in the UK until you come abroad. So we've driven for, I don't know, 20 kilometers because they have removed all the cash machines everywhere. So we had to come to the city center. Could only find 2 cash machines, neither of them are working. Their supermarkets don't take foreign cards. So you are kind of screwed if you're a foreigner, because you can't take out cash and you can't use your card. In the UK, cards of all kinds work everywhere, and the whole place is full of cash machines, so you can take out cash wherever you want. Everything is so expensive here as well compared to the UK. Holland is just super expensive. Belgium is slightly less, but my god, I don't know how these people manage. They must either earn a lot of money or have huge debts. Everything is quite expensive. So it's been a week of lots of heat, humidity, and now I'm going back to London, and thank God it's cloudy and much cooler. So very pleased with the weather now. Otherwise I had to be driving around with the air conditioning, which is still on. Actually, I should turn this down so you guys can actually hear me. But I was driving with the air conditioning all the time, and it was so unbearably hot. When you go to the south of France, for some reason it's maybe dry, or you're mentally prepared for that kind of heat. But here in Belgium, Netherlands, it was unbearable. We went to the beach one day and oh my god, I was melting and sweating. I didn't feel like recording or filming. It was just horrendous. Anyhow, now back to the Eurotunnel using my last remaining ticket. And after this, I think I'm going to have to use the ferries, because Eurotunnel has become so overpriced, and they don't do those 10 tickets anymore that you could buy in advance for the whole year. So unfortunately, it will be the ferries. It's just another hour and a half, but £250 or £80 and £75, big difference. Everything's become so expensive recently that it doesn't make any sense to be throwing money away just to cross the channel. Hi.
How are you?
Not bad.
Just chilling in. Doing something nice?
Just Belgium.
Nice.
Yeah, the heat is killing every bit of pleasure. Was it very hot around here?
Yeah, it's praying for rain in a minute.
Yeah.
Like hot, isn't it? Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Good luck. Cheerio.
Thanks. Such a wonderful person. So cheerful and so friendly. Ah, pleasure. That's the kind of people you need coming back into the country, to welcome you with a smile and be so lovely. Thank you, whoever you are, for being such a nice person. Well, with the broken foot, the disability lane allows you to go ahead of all the other traffic, and then they let you board the train before anyone else. So I'm the second car boarding the train. Fantastic. Although I would like my foot to be healed and back to its full use, because going around doing things is really hard with crutches or without crutches, because at the end of the day, when you walk so much, your foot swells up and hurts at night.
Good afternoon. Stop engine, park and brake.
Thank you. Didn't have time for lunch. I was driving from France, not far, but an hour and a half from the Eurotunnel. I was staying with a friend, and then I went to this place to get some food. The French woman who was serving was so rude, so I decided not to buy anything from her. And I was like, if you don't have manners, you don't deserve my business. I'm happy to have a baguette. So I just bought a baguette, some bananas, peaches, nice croissants, water. Ta-da! So, fine. French baguettes are amazing. I don't know what they do with this, but extraordinary. Well, this has never happened before. We arrived in the UK and there's been a power failure on the train and they can't open the doors for us to get out. So we're stuck. Bizarre. Not happened before. There's always a first time. So the 30-minute journey has now become indefinite. I just want to go home now. They're having to open the doors through the manual process because there's been a power failure and they couldn't open the train doors. So we have been stuck here for a bit. Maybe because the French train, the power is on strike. Who knows? The power and my sense of humor are both on strike. So, back in the UK, there were thunderstorms, not thunder, just storms, back there as we came out of the tunnel. It's cooled down, even though I've got air conditioning at the moment. I think it's pretty cool. 17 degrees compared to 24, 25 yesterday in France, and 30 something in Belgium the day before. That's it for the weather update. In other news, I am happy to be back in the UK, even though it was a very short trip. I wanted it to be much longer. I wanted to go to Norway and Sweden and maybe stop in Denmark, see my friends there. But with the leg and the foot being in that cast, it's too much. On the other hand, I've had a very great trip with the Rangy. So I think I'm really tempted to look at the Range Rover Vogue. Although last time I had the Sport, I wanted the Vogue, and then I bought the Vogue and I regretted it because the Vogue was not as sporty, obviously the name, and it was more of a bouncy castle, very comfortable and luxurious, but Sport is more fun because you can push it a bit and throw it around. But on a long journey and a road trip, this has so much space. I have all kinds of rubbish everywhere, like not rubbish but useless things that I would never take in the Porsche, because I would always think, oh, do I have enough space? Will I overload the car, because I wanted to have all the power at its disposal and not have too much weight to be lugging around. But this thing, I think 0 to 60 in 5 hours. I'm kidding, but it's slow. Maybe 7 seconds, 6 seconds, I don't know. But once it gets going, it's quite fast and it's very comfortable. So I thought, since my leg isn't too well, I should take this, and it was a good idea because I've got the dog, I've got 2-3 bags, I had some stuff that I left in Belgium last time at my sister's house, so this time brought it back, and yeah, generally very nice car, very understated as well. It's a silver, very plain looking, no one pays attention. You can park it anywhere. You don't care about what kind of surface it is. If there's a bump, I mean, I've already scratched all the wheels and I don't care, because on the Porsche, every time I scratch the wheel, like, oh my god, my baby is gonna scratch now. This thing, all four are badly scratched, and I don't care because it's a Range Rover. It's supposed to be a workhorse that is designed to go out into the countryside and do the city jobs and everything. But I'm very tempted to look at the Vogue. The new Vogue that came out is beautiful. I'm so in love with especially the back of that car is insane. So I might go and test drive one, even though there's a long waiting list apparently, or the lead times are very long, but we'll see. I think it's now raining quite heavily, so I'll stop because the sound quality will be terrible.